An Understated Dominance. Dustin Reese. Chapter 1. Dustin, here is the divorce agreement prepared by Ms. Nicholson. All you need to do is sign them. In the president's office of the Quine Group, the secretary, Lyra Blaine, placed a piece of A4 paper on the table. A man sat opposite her, dressed in plain clothing. Divorce? What do you mean? Dustin Reese was taken aback. Do you not understand what I'm saying? Your marriage with Ms. Nicholson is over. You're not even on the same level anymore. Your existence is nothing but a smear on the president's reputation. Lyra pulled no punches as she spoke. A smear on her reputation. Dustin frowned. Is that how she thinks of me? Back when they first got married, the Nicholson family was in ruinous debt. He was the one who helped them when they were at their lowest point. Now that they were rich, Dahlia Nicholson was ready to just kick him out. Something like that. Lyra jerked her chin toward the magazine on the table. A photo of a beautiful woman was printed on the front page. Look at the headline on this magazine, Dustin. Ms. Nicholson's net worth has hit $1 billion in the course of just 3 years, a feat no short of a miracle. She's now the most desired woman in Swinton. With all this, she's destined for greatness. But you're just a regular Joe. You don't deserve her at all. I hope that you'll see some sense and do the right thing. When Dustin remained silent, Lyra frowned. I know you're not happy with this, but this is reality, she continued. You might have helped Ms. Nicholson when she was in trouble, but she has repaid you for everything you've done for her over the last 3 years. In fact, you're the one who owes her now. Is our marriage just a business deal to her, then? Dustin took a deep breath to suppress the emotions within. If she wants to divorce me, let her speak to me herself. Ms. Nicholson is very busy. She doesn't need to trouble herself with such trifling matters. Trifling matters? Dustin was stunned. Then he laughed bitterly. Is that so? Is divorce a trifling matter to her? She can't even find the time to speak to me. Truly, she's that unattainable now. Dustin, don't delay this any longer. Lyra pushed the divorce agreement toward him again. Just sign here and you'll get a car and a house as compensation. On top of that, you'll also get $8 million. This is more than what you'll be able to earn in your lifetime. $8 million is a lot, but I don't need it. I will sign the divorce papers if she comes personally. Otherwise, I won't sign anything, Dustin said coldly. Don't go too far, Dustin. Lyra slammed her hand on the table. Don't say I didn't warn you. With all her power and resources, Ms. Nicholson can divorce you easily. It's only because she appreciates her past relationship with you that she's allowing you to keep your dignity intact. Don't provoke her. My dignity? Dustin was a little amused by that. She didn't even want to speak to him directly to divorce him. What kind of dignity was that? Moreover, if she really did appreciate their relationship, then why was she threatening him now? I don't think we have anything else to talk about, then. Unwilling to argue, Dustin stood up and made to leave. Dustin Reese. You. Just as Lyra was about to lose her cool, a curvy woman in a long black dress walked in. Her skin was as white as snow, and her features were delicate. Her lofty aura and curvaceous figure made her look like a goddess right out of a painting. You're finally here. Dustin felt complicated emotions when he saw the beautiful woman. They had been married for 3 years, during which they treated each other with care and respect. But this was how it ended. He still didn't know what he had done wrong. I'm sorry for being late, I was caught up with something else. Dahlia Nicholson sat down. Her expression was as impassive as ever. You certainly are busy, if you need your secretary to help you deal with your divorce, Dustin said. Hearing this, Dahlia frowned slightly. However, she did not explain herself. Instead, she said, since you're here, let's get straight to the point. Let's end this on a pleasant note. I'm sorry I have to do this to you, so you can have the car and the house, plus $8 million as alimony. How does that sound? At that, she placed a card on the table. Do you really think our relationship can be measured by money? Dustin asked. Too little. That's all right. Let me know what you want. I'll give you anything within my power, Dahlia said placidly. I don't think you understood me. Let me rephrase my question. Are money and power that important to you? Dustin was truly bewildered. Dahlia went over to the windows and looked out over the city. There was determination in her eyes when she said, to me, yes, they're very important. You've earned enough to feed yourself for the rest of your life. Why do this? Dustin, that's where you and I diverge in philosophy. You'll never understand what I really want. Dahlia shook her head in disappointment. They weren't just incompatible in status and power, they were also incompatible in their principles. Most importantly, she did not see any hope for the future in him. You're right. How would I know what you're thinking? Dustin laughed bitterly. All I know is to cook for you when you're hungry. Prepare your coat when it's cold out, and carry you to the hospital when you're sick. There's no point in going into this now. Dahlia's expression held complicated emotions, but it was soon covered up by determination. You're right, Dustin nodded without any emotion. I heard that you've been close with the heir of the Nolan family. Is it because of him? Dahlia was about to deny it when she gave it a second thought. In the end, she nodded. You can say that. Okay. I hope you're happy with him. Dustin smiled and signed the divorce agreement without any more hesitation. All he felt now was disappointment. Ironically, today was also their wedding anniversary. There was cruel humor in divorcing him on the day they had gotten married. I don't want the money. I just want that crystal necklace back. My mother left it to me before she died so that I can give it to my wife. Okay. Dahlia nodded and gave him the crystal necklace. From today onward, we will have nothing to do with each other. Dustin put on the necklace and left. He had no more gentleness in his expression, all that was left was distant aloofness. Did I do the right thing? Lyra, Dahlia asked hesitantly. Even though she was the one who asked for the divorce, she didn't feel happy at all when it was finalized. Of course you did, Lyra nodded. You have the right to pursue happiness. Dustin does not deserve you at all. He'll only bring you down with him. You're destined to be the most powerful woman in Swinton. Dahlia did not answer her. As she watched Dustin leave, she felt as if she was losing something precious. Chapter 2. An Understated Dominance. Dustin Reese. In the elevator, Dustin stared at the crystal necklace dejectedly. Even though he had expected it, he was still sad that his marriage had ended just like that. He had once thought that happiness was simple. Meals on the table, cheerful days, and simple pleasures. Now, he found out that normalcy was a sin. It was time to awaken from this prolonged daydream. Suddenly, his phone rang, breaking him out of his trance. When he picked up the phone, a familiar voice came from the other end. Mr. Reese, I'm Hunter Anderson from the Swinton Group. I heard that today your wedding anniversary with Ms. Nicholson, so I've prepared a gift for you. I'm just wondering if you have any time today. Thank you for your kindness, but I'm afraid we won't be needing the gift, Dustin said. Why? Hunter was taken aback. He could sense something wrong. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, Mr. Anderson? Actually, yes, there is. Hunter cleared his throat awkwardly. I've got a friend who contracted a strange illness. He's seen a lot of doctors, but none of them could do anything about it. I was hoping that you could help. Mr. Anderson, you know my rules. Of course I do. I'm sincere in my request. My friend owns some Canscora, which I remember you were looking for. I'm sure he'll be willing to part with it if you help him, Hunter said. Is this true? Dustin asked seriously. Yes, it is. All right, if that's so, then I'll be willing to take a look. Dustin immediately agreed to the request. He wasn't interested in money or jewels, but rather some rare herbs and plants, as he needed them to save lives. Thank you, Mr. Reese. I'll send someone to pick you up immediately. Hunter smiled in relief. As the president of the Swinton Group and one of the Mighty Three of Swinton, Hunter acted exceptionally timid in front of Dustin. Great, one more down, 5 to go. I should have enough time, Dustin muttered to himself. His mood was lifted a little by this news. With a ding, the elevator doors opened. As soon as he stepped out of the building, he saw two familiar figures walking toward him. It was Dahlia's mother, Florence Franklin, and her brother, James Nicholson. Mom, James, why are you here? Dustin greeted. Did you and Dahlia get divorced? Florence did not waste any breath. Yes, we did. Dustin gave her a forced smile. It's not Dahlia's fault, it's mine. Don't blame her. He intended to end his marriage on a pleasant note. However, hearing this, Florence snorted coldly. Of course it's your problem. I know my daughter well. If you hadn't done anything wrong, why would she divorce you? Dustin was stunned. What was this? Victim blaming. Mom, you know how I've treated her over the past 3 years. I'm pretty sure I'm never done anything to betray Dahlia's trust in me, Dustin said. Who knows what you've done behind our backs? Florence snorted again. My daughter was right to divorce you. Look at yourself. She's clearly out of your league. Mom, don't you think you're going too far? Dustin frowned. If he hadn't helped the Nicholson family 3 years ago, they wouldn't be where they were today. Too far. So what if I am? Am I not speaking the truth? Florence crossed her arms. That's enough, Mom, stop wasting time with him. Suddenly, James stepped forward. Listen here, Reese. I don't care whether you divorce my sister or not, but you're giving me all the money you got from her. Money? What money? Dustin was flabbergasted. Stop feigning ignorance. I know that my sister gave you $8 million as alimony. James said coldly. That's right. That's my daughter's money. You have no right to take it. Give it back. Florence stretched out her hand in demand. I didn't take any money from her, Dustin denied. Bullshit. Who would pass on $8 million? Do you take us as idiots? James did not believe him. Reese, you'd better be tactful and give us the money. Don't make me angry, Florence warned. You can call Dahlia and ask her if you don't believe me. Dustin did not wish to explain himself any further. What now? Are you threatening us? Listen here. No matter how much you beg, I'm not letting you leave with a single cent of ours. Florence snarled. Mom, he's too dense for this. Let's just search his pockets, James said impatiently. He dove straight into Dustin's pockets. Florence followed suit. Mom, do you have to do this? Dustin frowned. He hadn't expected to be accosted by the Nicholson family so soon after the divorce. They were really merciless. Florence spat on the ground in disgust. Who are you calling Mom? Watch your mouth. Who do you think you are? As she spoke, she continued searching through Dustin's pockets. After some time, they didn't find what they wanted from his pockets. FC King Hell, Did he really not take any of the money? James said, displeased. Suddenly, he spied the crystal necklace around Dustin's necklace and pulled it off roughly. Isn't this my sister's necklace? Why is it with you? Did you steal it? James demanded. This is the Reese family heirloom. Give it back, Dustin said, his expression darkening. He wouldn't take any money, but he would not leave his mother's keepsake. A family heirloom. Does this mean that this is valuable? James's eyes lit up. In that case, Reese, this can be your repayment for these 3 years that you've been living with us. Let's go. Florence gave her son a look and prepared to leave. Stop there. Dustin grabbed James's wrist. Give me back the necklace. Ouch. That hurts. Let me go. James felt great pain in his wrist. Give it back, Dustin repeated dangerously. FCK, I'd rather throw it away than give it back to you. Seeing that he had no chance of freeing himself from Dustin, James threw the necklace onto the ground. With a crisp clink, the crystal necklace broke into several pieces. Dustin blanched. This was the only thing he had to remember his mother by. How dare you lay your hands on me? I'd rather break it than give it back to you, James said as he rubbed his sore wrist. Dustin clenched his fists so tightly that his knuckles popped. His eyes were red with anger. You son of a bitch. Unable to hold in his anger anymore, Dustin slapped James in the face. James was slapped so hard that the spun back uncontrollably before falling to the ground. He was so dizzy that he couldn't stand up. Since your mother can't be bothered to teach you manners, then let me do the honors. Dustin grabbed him by the hair and lifted him. Then, he slapped him several times. James's face soon turned bloody from the slaps. How dare you hit my son? Florence screamed as she tried to help her son. FCK off. Dustin turned and glared at her. The glare was so intense that Florence froze in her tracks. Thank you so much for watching and listening this story. See you in the next chapter.